Hey guys! I am back with a video. Today I have Ollie with me. I'm gonna actually start doing backstories, so I figured I'll start with him because he's the main character. I know some people said they want to do body reviews and stuff. I am happy to do them with the dolls I have with me. But I only have three. I have him, who is on an FDoll body. I have Vlad, who is a Delph, and then I have Calcifer, who is a Resin Soul Pie. So he doesn't even have like a normal Resin Soul tiny body. He has like the dragon one. So if you want to see any three of those, I can do them. I know Delph is a pretty common body. Like, I'm sure there's other videos out there. I'm happy to do one, but I'm sure there's a ton already out there. And FDoll. I can do FDoll. I think there is an FDoll 1 or 2 on YouTube already, but again, I'm happy to do them. Just let me know. Otherwise, if there's any of my other dolls you want to see, I probably won't be able to do it till like Christmas because they're all back home, because I'm back at college now. But I can do them. I'm happy to do them if you can wait till Christmas. Sorry. But yeah. So anyways, so I'm gonna do a backstory today. Also, I'm sorry I'm spinning a lot. I'm on a swivel chair, so it is what it is. So I'll start with Ollie. Ollie doesn't have a whole lot of backstory. I have a whole story I'm writing for them, so I guess I'll kind of talk about that because that's a lot more than his actual backstory. But the little bit of backstory he does have before the current story I have for him is that he was orphaned with his twin sister. I haven't decided how yet, but Apple, I'm pretty sure I mentioned in my previous video, is his twin. So he is supposed to have red hair. Just has pink hair right now. But naturally is red hair. I don't know if I said that in my last video either. I actually don't know too if he had the pink hair in my last video. I think he did. But if not, he has pink hair. So he and Apple were orphaned and they lived together, and then they meet another woman who, I haven't decided her age, but she's like a year under, I guess they're teenagers at the time, but she's like a year under Ollie and Apple, and Ollie falls head over heels in love with her and they're together. She travels with him and Apple just around like nomads. They just kind of camp around. And so Ollie falls in love with her, but eventually she is attacked by an animal. I haven't decided what kind of animal yet. I'm thinking a bear, which you'll see later, kind of where that ties in. But Ollie can't save her. She kind of bleeds out in front of him and dies in front of him, and this like destroys Ollie. I don't know, destroys a strong word, but he kind of like sends him spiraling into studying medicine because he is so scared of losing Apple or anybody else he meets and not being able to save them, which is obviously very impractical. He has a lot of anxiety. I have a lot of anxiety, and he is very much tied to my character. I'm also a pre-med student, so you can see a lot of me and him, both natural redheads. So he's a very anxious man, and he goes and tries to study all this, and he like doesn't eat while he's studying. He doesn't really sleep. He kind of goes manic, and so Apple kind of follows him around trying to just keep him alive and support him, and she's kind of just in the background, but she does a lot for him that I don't think I really talk about in the story, so I want to put it out here. Shout out to Apple for being a good twin. So eventually they come across on this journey a medical center. Oh, and I didn't really set the setting for all this. Anyways, before I get into the medical center, this is like 200 years after a giant war between angels and demons that like wiped out most of the population. And I haven't decided what the war is about exactly, but it has to do with head angels and demons, which are like these really powerful beings that can cross over to the afterlife and stuff like that. And after the war, they're thought to be extinct, as well as most of the angel, demon, and human population. Something like probably 80 to 90% of the population was wiped out. So angels and demons, the heavens and hells were like destroyed at this point, and they just kind of inhabit Earth along with the humans and all learn to coexist. And angels and demons can hide their angel and demon features. Once they hit about puberty, they start learning to. And humans, kind of being humans who don't tend to like anything that isn't just like them, they kind of shun demon and angel attributes, so they're hidden a lot. So if you were on the street, you can't tell who's an angel or demon. They all just kind of look human, except for the kids. You can tell with the kids. Like if you go to my previous video and look at Calcifer, he's a demon and he's like 10, so he still has a lot of his demon features going on. So anyway, so Apple and Ollie find this abandoned medical center in this, I call them villages, but they're just neighborhoods, but they're mostly abandoned, and like they ride horses and stuff because when the humans died out, there was like cars and stuff left on highways, so it'd be really hard to get anywhere really with a car except for super locally, plus gas would be hard to get and stuff. Can't really get a car service in a post-apocalyptic world. So they live in neighborhoods, but I call them villages just because that's how I picture them, with riding horses, and they tend to like barter and trade in the streets and stuff like that. But they do live in abandoned houses, generally speaking. So, and they have solar power and stuff, but no like big power plants or anything like that. So it's kind of a complicated world, somewhere between like if you think about like medieval times, but also futuristic stuff. So anyway, so Ollie and Apple find this medical center, and Ollie's like, I wanna stay here. Much to Apple's surprise, he finally kind of starts to chill out. And so they kind of place their roots there, and after a little while, people start living with them. They take in people, whether orphan kids or adults who just have no other place to go or whatever, and that's how they meet Wolf and Xavier and all my other characters. And there ends up being 13 people, including the kids, living in this little house together, or medical center together, next to like a small village, neighborhood village place. So everybody in this neighborhood village place, I'll just start calling them neighborhoods. So everybody knows them just because Ollie provides them medical care. They are happy, and they kind of help Ollie and everybody else. They know that they take in people who need a place to stay. So they help him by donating medical supplies if they go on a journey somewhere and find another medical center that has, you know, abandoned medical supplies or whatever, and they provide food and stuff like that for everybody. So they all kind of take care of each other. Well, Ollie and Jet one day, in the story, they go off, they have a little kid comes to the medical center and says, hey, my dad's dying, or my dad's on the ground hurt. So they come, find the father, and the father is having a heart attack, and they try to do CPR, but they don't really have the medical supplies in their day and age to do much for a heart attack, unfortunately. So the dad dies. Jet kind of brings the kids over to the side. He's like, hey, because he knows they shouldn't watch that. So Ollie, though, when the guy dies, his soul comes and grabs Ollie's soul and rips him over to the afterlife for a very short period of time. It's like 5 seconds, and then it like spits Ollie's soul back into his body. But because the guy was in the middle of this neighborhood like dying, there's a huge crowd that watches this happen, and everybody kind of freaks out because only head angels and demons should be able to go to the afterlife, and Ollie is very obviously a human. Everybody knows Ollie is a human, and he definitely is not a head angel or demon. So Jet sees this all going on too, and he runs over and he finds Ollie, and Ollie, when he comes back, has these bright blue eyes. His original eyes are just regular green eyes. They're the same as Apple's. If you look at another video, she has green eyes. So his eyes are these blue, sparkling, like crazy eyes going on, super magical looking eyes. So Jet just grabs his hand and like drags him back to the medical center. He just knows Ollie needs to be out of there. Like I said, Ollie has high anxiety, or he doesn't like crowds and stuff, and everybody's just staring at him, and he looks like he's about to like implode. So Jet sees this on his face and grabs him. You know, the dad's already dead. He's like, whatever, somebody will take care of these poor kids. He just needs to get Ollie back to the medical center. So they go back and they talk to the rest of the people. Everybody starts freaking out. They're like, yo, your eyes, dude. What happened? What's going on? And Oliver is like freaking out. He goes and like throws up and stuff because he's just having a panic attack. And Jet kind of explains everything to everybody. And so they decide to leave. They decide that's the best thing to do. People are going to start asking questions, possibly going after Oliver, They don't know what they're gonna do to Oliver if they find him because, like I said, head angels and demons haven't been like on Earth for hundreds of years, and they're like, what's going on? So they decide to go out and see what kind of information they can find, and eventually look to see if there even is a head angel or demon, are they really extinct, etc., etc. And kind of the whole story revolves around this big journey to find head angels and demons. Eventually it kind of becomes a war. I don't want to go into too much, I guess, about the ending of my story, just because eventually I want to write it and I don't want to like give too many spoilers, so I'm going to try to focus more just on the characters in these stories more than the actual story as much as I can, or just give details of the story that really pertain to the characters. But focusing more on Oliver, his hair is pink because in the story he dyes it to hide, but he ends up dyeing it hot pink. And it's like you're trying to blend in Oliver, not stick out more. And so he tries to bleach it out and it just becomes this light pink. I don't know if that's concrete in the story yet, but I like the idea of it. I thought it was funny. It would explain why he has pink hair and not red hair. Well, light, very light pink hair. So he has this necklace too. He always wears, that's part of his character. It was given to him by his lover person who died. So he wears it all times. In fact, they get like secret code names that they can use. They don't want to use their real names or whatever, and he's called Bear. That's his name. The only one who doesn't get a code name is Wolf, because he's just Wolf. That isn't his like birth name, but I don't even know if Wolf knows his birth name himself. He was like really little when he became like an orphan. And he's just always gone by Wolf, so they just decide to keep it as Wolf. But the rest of them, I'll tell you, I guess they're animals as I do these stories. So Oliver is the bear of the group. And also, I think I mentioned the irony of his ex, or not ex, but dead lover being attacked by a bear. That was kind of where the irony comes in, because she gave him the necklace just like a month before she died. So he keeps it on him at all times. He actually really likes bears. He doesn't really blame the bear. He knows like animals are animals. They're gonna do what animals do, but it's just like some twisted irony, I guess, in the story. So Oliver himself is a very, like I said, anxious man. He's kind of quiet. So even though he's very based on me, I'm very talkative and he is very much not talkative. Super like highly values knowledge and stuff. You can always kind of find his nose in a book or trying to learn something. Super serious dude also, not like me. He kind of went rogue. He started being based off me and then his character wrote himself. So he tends to be kind of serious. He's not like annoyingly serious, but he also isn't the first to make jokes generally, unless they're dark jokes. He does make dark jokes a lot. He has a dark sense of humor. So, he's little. He's not super little, but he's short, which is one of the reasons I'm hesitant to give him a new body. Even though this body does make him look like he has a big head, and I tend to obsess over it. I don't know, does anybody else do this? Do you just like obsess over the proportions of your dolls? Because I do, and I just want to know that I'm not the only one. But like I say, he's staying on this body for now. He's also a really skinny guy, I think just because he doesn't eat. I always picture his character being like the skinny. He's like 5'4". He's pretty short. So again, I'm only 5'2", so that kind of comes from me. Also, by the way, really off topic, but he looks like a candy cane with his striped pants and his red and white sweatshirt he stole from Vladimir, and I just think he looks really cute, and he has like pink shoes that go with his pink hair. I just love this outfit on him. And then this hat is actually Apple's, so he's just stealing everybody's clothes today apparently. So yeah, oh, and Jet is his best friend. I feel like I should say relationship. So he lives with everybody obviously, but Jet is his best friend. Xavier is like a big brother. I'll get into that with this video, but he like goes to Xavier for advice and stuff. And then Apple, who is Jet's girlfriend, is obviously Oliver's twin. Poor Oliver. His best friend dates his sister. And so he ends up getting left out a lot. I should finish that thought first. And then he also is pretty close with Arrow, who I don't have yet, and Noelle, who I also don't have yet. They're kind of all the same age. He's 25. They're all like mid-20s. So, except for Xavier, he's older. He's in his 30s. So yeah, he also very much favors Calcifer and kind of takes him under his wing. He adores Calcifer. Who wouldn't adore Calcifer, I guess, but so yeah, he likes to hang out with Calcifer, and eventually his character has signature I can't talk today, signature goggles that he always wears. He gets to cover his eyes so he can go out in public, because in the beginning of the story he's very sad because he can't like go out in public because these eyes are like glowing blue eyes. They attract a lot of attention. So Arrow ends up getting him these cute goggles, and he wears them everywhere. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll see I took a couple pictures of goggles I got him, but I need to modify them a ton. They were just like cheap goggles I got at Target in the doll section. So I need to modify them a ton, but I'm really excited to get him actual goggles because they're a really big part of his character, that he always has goggles on. So yeah, I think that was everything. I know this was really scatterbrained. I didn't really have a like list of stuff to talk about, and I figure I'll get into a lot of stuff with the other character videos. This was just kind of to jumpstart the character / backstory videos. Yeah, so the other ones will hopefully be a bit more organized, but if not, it is what it is. Like I said, part of the reason I want to do these videos is because you kind of get to know the doll owner a little bit, and I am a very scatterbrained doll owner, so yeah. If you got this far in the video, thank you. Thank you for watching. If you've already subscribed, thank you. If not, do or don't, you know, do what makes you happy in life. And yeah, hopefully I'll make a video soon. I might not. My classes, I only have one class right now going on, which is a long story, but my other classes pick up this upcoming week, including a lab too. I have 2 more classes, and actually 2 labs starting. So I definitely cannot promise more videos before Christmas break, maybe Thanksgiving break. I have a couple days off for Thanksgiving. But yeah, eventually there will be more, hopefully. So yeah. Thanks. I hope everybody has a good day. Bye.